Well, hello. Welcome to your new apartment. Oh, there's no need to be frightened why I'm in here. You see, we spoke on the phone earlier this week? That's right, I'm your landlord. I'm so happy you chose this complex. Oh, it's quite natural and normal for the landlord to show up unexpected, especially since you're just moving in. I thought you might need some help with your luggage, or I see you don't have anyone helping you to move in. Oh, you have someone coming over later? Like a romantic person? Or I noticed it's a one bedroom that you rented, but it looks like you have just a single bed, not a queen size or king size. So I just assumed. What's that? Oh, well, yes, I had a little look around. It's my job as your landlord to make sure that everything is as it should be. So I did go into your bedroom to make sure that the windows were up to code. And I happened to see that you had a smaller bed, so I thought you're probably just going to be living alone. I mean, you didn't mention that you were living with anyone else. Oh, you will live alone. That's great. I mean, it's great because had you been living with someone else, I'd have to charge you extra rent, and I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I already gave you a bit of a deal on your rent, and I'm even willing to waive the deposit depending on, how this conversation goes. What's that? Oh, nothing. Don't worry. I'm just kind of mumbling to myself. But I really love all the furniture you've brought here so far. Yes, like I said, as your landlord, I have to inspect everything. I made sure the pipes were all good. I made sure that the electricity was hooked up, that your fridge was plugged in and running. And yes, I also went into your bedroom and smelled your sheets. I mean, doesn't every landlord do that? No? I mean, I don't think it's so unusual to hug someone's pillow and smell their pillowcase and imagine that you're holding them. That's not what most landlords do. Well, you'll have to forgive me. I'm a little new at this job. But as you know, I will be your landlord for the foreseeable future. We just have to take care of a couple things. It's another reason why I'm here. We have to finalize the lease. I have everything, all set, and normally you would sign this before you moved in, but I'm a little bit more easygoing that way. I figured I wanted you to get nice and comfortable, get all your furniture up, slap a coat of paint on the walls, really get to know your neighbors, and as you probably already know, the reason why I'm your landlord is because I own this duplex. Yes, and I live right above you, so that's, if you ever need anything, I'm right here, not just as your landlord, but as your friend and if your future wife, and, oh, no, I didn't say anything. So far you're liking everything? No complaints? Yes, the hole in the shower ceiling. Yeah, I apologize about the hole in the shower ceiling. You see, yes, you can look directly into my apartment, which of course you noticed that. Were you trying to see something? No, you're trying to cover it up. Don't cover it up. No, of course I wouldn't use it to look down and watch you while you shower. That would be really, really inappropriate. I mean, it's not like I want to see you without any clothes and all wet and soaped up and I'm sorry, I got distracted there. We will fix the shower issue. In the meantime, just go about your business as usual. Take long showers, take long baths. You don't have to worry about me watching with a bowl of popcorn up in my bathroom. That's a really good idea. That's not going to happen, is what I was saying. So otherwise, everything's moved in great, yes. Well, like I said, I'm just here to welcome you, and you did seem a little surprised, but I am your landlord. I do have a copy of your keys. I must say, this is the easiest process I've had for getting someone's keys. Not that I am always, trying to get people's keys. They let me in as soon as I knock. I mean, they open the door before I even knock, usually because I kick the door down. And besides, if I can't get in through the door, there's always windows. I mean, you do live on the first floor. But again, I wouldn't need to climb through windows because I have a key. Oh, of course I'm going to respect your privacy. I mean, it would be really inappropriate if I were to just come in whenever, unannounced. I mean, wouldn't you like that? No, of course it could startle you. What if you have like friends over? And of course you're allowed to have friends over. That's totally fine. We'll go over that when we go over your lease together. But like I was saying, I would, if I did come by, I would only come by when, you weren't home. If I had to check on something, like if there was a gas leak, or if, we had to do some plumbing, or, if it's late at night and you're sleeping and I just want to watch you sleep. I mean, no, that's not okay. You sure have a funny idea of what's okay and what's not okay. But I'm happy you're settling in. I think you're making the place look really nice. I love what you've done to, the curtains are lovely. They're a little bit opaque. Don't you want something a little more sheer? Like something that can, let the light in, that if someone were peering outside your window, they could see in better? No, that's not to your taste? Well, that's fine. But anyway, like I was saying, I wanted you to really get comfortable here before you sign the lease because, we have some things to go over. Nothing has changed too crazily from the last time we went over it. The prices are the same. The time of commitment, 2 years, which I really, really appreciate, by the way. I'm so flattered that you want to stay with me for 2 years. I mean, in this duplex that I own. But really, that means a lot. That kind of commitment is hard to come by, so I think we're going to be so happy together. Don't you? But yes, I thought it was best to get you nice and comfortable before we sign, because I mean, this contract would have to be really crazy for you to move all your furniture again, right? So before we go over all the specifics, I did bring you a little something because I am such a nice landlady. I brought you a housewarming gift. Aren't these beautiful? Yes, I picked them fresh from my own garden. And you're welcome to, share the garden with me. It's a rooftop garden, but you're welcome over anytime. And if you ever want to sunbathe, with or without clothes, I completely accept that. And in fact, I encourage it. And if you just want to lay there, without any clothes on at any time during the day, no? Well, that's fine. Some of us are shy. I'll get that shyness out. These look fake? No. These are real. These are beautiful, real, fresh flowers. Now, one thing I will say, they need a very specific type of lighting. So I would recommend, your bedroom has great lighting, but the way it gets the best lighting is, that little dresser you have that faces your bed? This should go right on that dresser in order for it to, bloom properly. And the most important part, have it facing this way, this little bud of this flower. Yes, this should face directly towards your bed. That's really important, okay? I know that sounds specific, but, you don't need to touch it. You don't need to. Wires. No, these aren't wires. These are just leaves. They're leaves. Hidden camera. No. You are, I'll put these in your bedroom. You're just a little bit confused. I don't know why. Why would I put a hidden camera in flowers and have you face your bed? You're a very suspicious person, but that's okay. I like that about you. I really like everything about you. Ever since you called the wrong number and asked if we were selling any real estate, and I had the opportunity to say, yes, I am. I have a great place to show you. No, you didn't call the wrong number. I meant when you called the right number, you called my number, and I answered, and I was definitely a licensed realtor slash landlord, and I'm completely, yes, you're just getting confused. It's probably, you know what, maybe there's a mold issue or like a little carbon monoxide leak. If you don't feel safe staying in your apartment tonight, I'm right upstairs. You can stay with me. I mean, I only have the one bed, but we can share, right? No? Okay. Well, let's get on to the contract, yes? So, there's just a couple of little things that I changed, okay? It's nothing too major. Obviously, the rent is staying the same, and it is rent stabilized, rent fixed. So for the first 2 years, the rent will not go up. And then if you sign on for more, which I really hope you sign on for longer, the rent will only go up $25 a year. So we'll never raise it really high on you. Now, like I said, I'm willing to waive the security deposit. And normally we do first and last month's rent. I'll take your first month's rent, but I don't need to take your last month's rent because if all goes well, there will hopefully be no last month. We'll spend all of the months for all of the future together. Wouldn't that just be really, really special? Yeah, of course, I'm talking about your house. Now, there's just a couple little stipulations. So one of them is you can have friends over, that's fine. We do allow pets as long as they're under 30 pounds. That's also fine. However, romantic partners, male, female, whatever, doesn't matter. If there's any kind of romantic interest, they are not allowed over. And it's in the contract. You cannot have other people in this place that is anything beyond platonic. So some buddies from school, fine. I don't love it, but I'll allow it. Family members, of course. And I would love to meet my future in-laws. So let me know when they're coming. I mean, I'll know anyway because of the camera I have at the door. It's just security camera, to protect your home. It's not like it faces inwards towards your like living area where I would just watch you all the time. Obviously, that's not the case. But yes, it's just very strict. If you want to live here, you cannot have romantic partners over. We try to keep this place really wholesome. I mean, now, of course, we could bend the rules. Let's say you fall desperately in love with your landlady. Well, then we could negotiate. Maybe romantic liaisons could occur in this duplex, but no outside people that aren't strictly platonic or family members. Also, as you know, I do have a set of keys, and you cannot change the locks, even if I show up unexpectedly, or you find me often waiting in your bedroom for you, and you think, this is weird, I should change my locks. You can't change your locks, okay? That's not allowed. I have to always have access. Same thing with your windows. No locking your windows. I need to, once again, always have access to your room. I don't think this is that unusual. I think you'll find many lease contracts are like this. No? Well, you keep talking like that, I'm going to take my sweet time fixing that hole in your bathroom ceiling, okay? Yeah, don't expect that to happen anytime soon. And the last thing for us to go over is, again, the deposit. Now, you could pay the deposit, that's fine. Or what if we knocked down the ceiling and I put in a nice little like rotating spiral staircase and we turn this duplex into one big happy home and family? Just you and me. Wouldn't that be really lovely? I mean, we basically live together already. I mean, you took my plant. I can tell you like me. Otherwise, you wouldn't have agreed to stay here. I mean, you moved in all your stuff, so what do you think? Should we go for it? No? Why are you grabbing your suitcases? Where are you putting your stuff? Where are you gonna go? You live here now. I mean, all you have to do is sign the contract, and we're legally committed to each other. What do you mean, just leave your stuff? I mean, aren't you gonna even mail it to you? I don't have your address. I'd love your address, in fact. Oh, he's gone. Well, he's bound to come back for stuff soon anyway. And I will be waiting for him when he comes back.